is statement ni EJ followed by statement ni Coach Vitaly and then Q&A portion po. Sa Q&A po, i-moderate ko po yung questions through chat box, so no open mic po for questions. EJ, please, can you start?
Yes po. So, I mean, does everybody hear me? Thumbs up na lang po siguro if I'm loud and clear. So, as we all know, we live in a world full of fake news, rumors, and gossips. As a disciplined athlete in a very measurable sport, I prefer to deal with facts. So what I'm going to do is share you 8 simple facts, and the fact will paint a clear story. So fact number 1, it is true I have received a letter from the so-called investigating committee of Patafa regarding the forwarding of payments for my coach, paid to myself and intended to be paid to my coach, Mr. Vitaly Petrov. Fact number 2, I also received a letter from Patafa on parallel timing a bit earlier, accusing me of de facto stealing the money intended for Mr. Vitaly Petrov. Nobody asked me any question, nobody asked for clarity or supporting documentation. They just leveled the charges against me. This runs counter to any principle of justice from what I believe, we're innocents until proven guilty. My own federation comes out of me with pure aggression, no benefit of any doubt, and with intent to destroy my reputation. If the objective of a sports federation is to destroy and demoralize an athlete and undermine their performance, I think this is textbook example of how we can actually achieve this. Fact number 3, these letters assert they have signed affidavit from several people, including my coach, Vitaly Petrov. I would encourage the press to shine light on this. No such letter exists. This is fraud, pure and simple. Ask Patafa to produce such a document. They cannot. For an organization that profess to uphold something like honesty as a principle, I think it's irony and hypocrisy. It's nothing short of shocking. Fact number 4, I have proof of my due payment of Mr. Petrov. Being paid before any of this, I have signed documents from Mr. Petrov that he sent to Patafa asserting this fact. I will project the letter now into the screen and you will hear Vitaly's statement in a few minutes. Ate, can we share that letter po?
Can you see, EJ? Can you see?
Yes po. So it is a document signed by Vitaly itself and sent to Patafa po. So just give a little bit of time for everyone to be able to read it. It's a scanned copy of the document. I think I can continue. Yeah, so I think fact number 5, I have engaged independent third party to audit, which is PricewaterhouseCoopers, to audit the entire question of payments made to me and disbursement out. I will publish this audit in the public domain for all to see. It will show that every single centavo is accounted for, all was paid by myself. I welcome a bright light shining on this situation because I have nothing to hide. Fact number 6, I studied electronics engineering. I never studied accounting. I admit some of my liquidation paperwork were probably submitted late or in a sloppy fashion. I'm a pole vaulter, not an accountant, not in any shape or form a corporate assistant to do all of this. I'm alone in trying to handle all of this in a foreign country. I have requested many times for my coach and my team to be paid directly. I have no desire to play the middleman, but this has been refused somehow. I have not always handled the paperwork well, and I'm sorry, very, very sorry for this. But to take this fact and suddenly construe false accusation of theft and embezzlement is beyond honest or principle. It's a disgusting abuse of power, and it is itself a criminal activity called slander and defamation of character. Fact number 7. The only thing I own in this life is my reputation. The entire incident has damaged my reputation and is now forever a part of my history. It is all false, and I welcome any court of law to shed light under the power of evidence and investigate this matter. I have also filing formal complaints with the POC, IOC, and the World Athletics. As we are now talking slander and defamation of character, I have retained legal counsel, and I do intend to pursue this vigorously. Last but not the least, fact number 8. The only resolution to this now is a full and public withdrawal of investigation and a full public apology from the authorities involved in this. If this does not happen, I will consider my other options being an immediate retirement from the sport that I love in the Philippines and probably return school. As much as I believe there's more for me to achieve, I am also evaluating other options in the field of sports, which I may or may not disclose in a latter date. I will not continue to operate under this kind of situation. I'm unable to focus and to train properly with this hanging on my head. As I said, if you want a textbook example of how to destroy an athlete, you're seeing it right here and now. I welcome a full and open accounting. I have nothing to hide. I'm an open book. I will now turn it over to my coach, Mr. Vitaly, for his statement, and after we're very happy to take questions. So now you can start. To inizio, possibile dire, so you can start.
But she asked me to start.
Ate Mary, pwede na po mag-start si Coach?
Yes po. Yes. Go ahead po.
Okay, good evening. Maybe in Philippines. My name is Vitaly Petrov. I am an Olympic coach and have worked with many Olympic medalists, including Sergei Bubka, Elena Isimbayeva, and Thiago Braz. I have worked with Obiena now for 7 years. He is a disciplined and didactic athlete. I truly find representative for him national, the Philippines. He has always represented his country with honor and dignity. My coaching fee for the period in question is a total of 85,000 euros. I have been full paid this sum by EJ both directly and indirectly. I confirm this. I have no problem with EJ Obiena. All is good, and we is 24. He is capable, as you all know, of winning any competition. For me to close this situation and run this young man and ruining his chance to success now and in the future. I work with many countries and sport federation. I must say, I do not understand what this federation is doing and what comes out of destroying. I find young men. It is opposite and sets the Philippine track and field program by shame. What is? problem. No good. No good.
Hello po. I think is it clear po with Vitaly's statement or anything else? It's clear. Hello, Ate Rose.
Actually, medyo putol-putol yung kay coach. Yeah.
Putol-putol po.
What is
Medyo, yeah,
salita.
garbled.
Okay po, but I mean, is anybody in the chat? I mean, if you want to clarify anything, I think you can ask na lang po. For all the media people.
I think we have. So we're going to start. Start na tayo sa Q&A. EJ?
Yeah, I think so. Yes po.
So this is the first question from Kinito. If this is false, what is Patafa's possible motivation in accusing you? From Joaquin Henson.
I don't know. Sir Kirito, I don't really know. I mean, it's been a rough path going to Tokyo, and after, I'm not exactly sure what, as Vitaly said a while ago, what would this entails, you know, what would this result of in any shape or form? I have no idea.
Okay. Next is from Ivan Suing of Daily Tribune. Can you provide us with a timeline of your payments to Petrov? Can you recall?
I think that's for Vitaly to share, but as he stated in his statement that he's fully paid, so I don't understand any basis, to be honest, for this accusations.
Okay. This is from Chino Gabriel. This is reference to his statement earlier. Do you believe retiring from the sport, if conditions aren't met, the right next move for you?
I think, you know, it's something that I don't really want to discuss, but if push comes to shove, I'm only here in the field of sport because I truly believe I'm capable of producing something and able to perform the way I should have in Tokyo. This is why I'm still continuing. But with the current situation, I cannot train. Impossible for me to even perform the way I should be with all of these distractions coming around me. So I see it futile for me to continue with the current situation that I have. Therefore, the most reasonable move for me is to consider every option, which one of which is retirement. As I'm a 26-year-old now, and you know, life continues. It's not something that stops for me, and I don't want to waste anybody's time if I cannot jump, if I'm not performing to the point that I can represent Philippines fairly. I'm very happy to walk away and accept that fact. But at the same time, if I cannot represent the country due to the circumstances that I'm dealt with, I might as well move forward. And I think I'm at that point in my career where I'm proud of where I'm at. I'm proud of what I have accomplished, bring to the country. I don't think you know, I can move forward and live and say, you know, I'm proud of what I have achieved. And if this is the end for me, I can live my life somehow and continue.
All right. Is there from this is from Miss Luisa Morales of Philstar? Is there a dialogue already ongoing with Patafa? If there is any, do you feel satisfied with how they are speaking to you right now?
I have sent them replies from all those letters that were sent to me. a few days ago. I haven't really heard any response or any clarification on the matter. And to be honest, I was shocked that this was somehow leaked in some way. So I have really no comment, as there's no exchanges between me and Patafa regarding this, as I only have replied to them.
All right. This is from Randolph Leungson of spin.ph. How has this incident affected your training and how do you plan to move forward? Will you stay in Europe to train or will you go back to the country to address the situation?
First, I'm here on behalf of Patafa, on behalf of Philippine sport. I'm here training on behalf of the whole Philippines. And as you guys have read in the news, my funding has been cut. So I have no idea what I'm going to do moving forward. And if you're asking me about how this affects my training, I think the best guy to tell you that is my coach. I haven't trained well the past few weeks due to this, allegations. And my coach can attest that I cannot focus fully in training. I haven't trained the way I should be training, especially coming this year where a lot of championships are in line. So I don't know. I have really no answer into it, what I'm gonna do moving forward from this, but affects me negatively, definitely. I haven't trained. I trained just to be present in training, but mentally having this dangling on my head, it's next to impossible for me to focus and deal with the things I should be dealing with, which is training.
All right. Next question is from Mayan Fajardo of PTV4. Have you talked to your parents about this, EJ, and what they told you about this?
I think I try to avoid to get my parents involved in this because at the moment it's between me, my coach, and the federation. My dad works inside the federation. He's a coach. My mom helps out with the kids athletics program. This is their part of life, and I believe I'm of course I talk to them, I tell them, but I don't want to bring them so much stress. These are my problems to deal with as a fully grown man, as a fully legal 26-year-old. Yeah, I talk to them, I tell them, and they support me. I think the best that they can do is always just say to me, we're here with you, even we're back in the Philippines.
Okay. Next one is from Beatriz Go of Rappler. Have you started on the legal process with POC, IOC, and IAAF where your statement received, if ever?
Yes, I have formally filed these cases, and I think I've done it. I've submitted the forms, and yeah, we're currently working on it.
All right. This is from Bong Lozada related to question of Beatriz Go's. Seconding B. Go's request, can we acquire a copy of EJ and Coach Vitaly's statements? Are we going to send them, EJ, the statements? Can we send them?
I do believe it's possible to send a statement. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
All
mean,
right.
it's
All
a
right.
recorded intro, so yeah.
All right. We will do that later. Next one is from Malaya Bong Pedral Vest, but fully paid with what amount and based on amount all of the parties? Vitaly, PSC, Patafa agreed upon.
Sorry, can you repeat that po, ate?
I don't understand if this is a question, but he said that, but fully paid with what amount and based on amount all of the parties? Vitaly, PSC, Patafa agreed upon.
So the total amount being discussed in the article that was written, it's 85,000, and I have it here to confirm that he has received such amount. And yeah, I don't really understand the question as well.
Yeah.
Are you asking if it's PSC? Yes, but
Okay, sige. You know me naman, EJ, kasi 85,000, for one, we didn't publish it. It's just out there. How much is Vitaly supposed to receive on a monthly basis since 2018? That was agreed upon. And why is now this 85,000 euros coming up?
I think
How
that's a
much is
better
supposed to be
question.
based upon your agreement because it is coursed through you? The amount that
Yeah.
the stipends, the salary that Sir Vitaly is supposed to receive is a fixed amount. So how much is he
Yes.
from the beginning 2018 up to now? How much is he supposed to receive on a monthly basis? That is my question.
On a
As agreed
monthly
upon with the
basis, I
Patafa,
believe,
PSC.
yeah, from what I believe, monthly basis before PSC was supposed to be 2,500 per month.
Okay.
And I'm not exactly sure the amounts before. I believe it's roughly 2,000 or 1,000. Cannot attest, but I just know when PSC started paying Vitaly, it was a fixed amount of 2,500.
All right. Next question is from Kinito. Could you please tell us who in Patafa formed the investigating committee, and do PSC and POC support these accusations?
I don't really know who exactly initiated the investigation. When I heard of it, of course, I needed to ask my coach, who I train with every single day, if he had any complaints and if there was any problem with the payments and this and that. And we clearly have a chat of that there's no complaint and there was no, any money being lost. And that's why I was a little bit confused, which I replied to the letters that was sent to me. And then, sorry, what's the other question about it?
And do PSC and POC support these accusations?
I'm not sure. I cannot speak in behalf of POC and PSC. I just know I have filed my formal complaint, incident report or whatnot to the POC and the IOC in the World Athletics.
All right. Next question is from Miss Pauline Versosa of CNN. Has there been any conflict between you and Patafa prior to this allegation?
And yeah, that's the short answer is yes. I think it's been a bunch of yeah.
All right. Next is from Ivan Stewart Saldaheno. Good morning there in Rome. Was there some sort of blindside when the reports came out about the liquidation problems? Have you quickly contacted Pataf about it?
I think I didn't really know anything about it until there was a demand. There was this investigating committee, and there's this letter coming from my federation directed to me that I have 48 hours to respond and explain and everything. I didn't know none of this, so I didn't say prior to that I had any information. As soon as I got it, I tried to information that I can and send it back and in response to their request for explanation. At the end of the day, if I feel like I'm blindsided, I think definitely, because in any investigation, I think you should be asking both sides of the party. And I think to clear out everything, the easiest way for it to do is just sit it out together. If the alleged complaint is said to be that I not fully paid my coach or I have done such, the best thing to do is have a sit down with my coach and me. I mean, all the truth will be stated. It's as simple as that. But I have no idea where exactly this came, and I really find it overwhelmingly one-sided.
All right. Let's move on. From Joseph Ramos of Business Mirror, are you still going to train for next year's tournaments like SEA Games and Asian Games, among other tournaments, despite this allegation?
Um, as I said, I don't really know. Moving forward from today and having all of this, I don't know what I'm gonna do in the next few days. I'm here in Italy, as I said, on behalf of the Philippines to train and hone my craft to represent the country in those competitions. But unfortunately, as in that article that was written, all my funding is cut, and that's true, and that is true. So I'm not entirely sure how am I supposed to continue with all of this going on.
All right, from TV5 network, do you think there's a certain motivation behind Patafa to push you to train with a Filipino coach?
I have no idea. I can attest to you right now that I'm not going away from Vitaly until Paris unless he decides to do so. I'm sticking with my coach. He's been my coach in 2014. He opened a lot of doors for me. He made me jump almost a meter from my personal best coming here, made me the man that I am now. So I'm, as much as I love my dad, you know, he helped me race me until I was jumping 495 meters. Vitaly and I work ourselves that from there on moving forward. Therefore, I would never decide to change my coach. I truly believe that he cares for me and he loves me dearly more than just an athlete, and he truly cares for my well-being. Therefore, if the push comes to shove that they would force me to train with a Filipino coach, I might as well retire. I mean, I'm sticking with my coach one way or another.
All right, again from Joseph Ramos of Business Mirror. How about the 2024 Olympics? Just a follow-up to my question. Are you still going to represent us?
You know, that's a question I think that needs to be answered by the federation, as they cut all my funding and represent that they have no intention in supporting me as long as this investigation is going on. Therefore, I'm at their mercy. I don't control any of the situation at the moment, as I was never asked to even explain myself. So I have no idea moving forward. And as I stated before, you know, I'm just thinking about all the options that I currently have and what they would basically force me to do.
All right, this is again from Ms. Marty Bautista of TV5. Has your father advised you on this situation? He's one of the best pole vault coaches in the Philippines. What are his thoughts on the matter?
You know, right now my dad is my dad. Of course, he supports me the best that he can. But at this moment, you know, the current issue is really regarding me as a person. And you know, my dad just always says, you know, if you didn't do anything wrong, fight for it, shed light into it. Everybody on my team just said, you know, if you have nothing wrong, shine the brightest light to show whatever is there. And that's, I think, the best advice I've got.
All right, this is from Chino Gabriel. This is for Coach Vitaly. Sir, what can you personally say about the effects of this allegation to EJ and you? Do you have any message that you want Patafa to hear?
Teros, can you repeat it in a more, I
Yeah,
think,
sorry.
simple English?
Okay, sir, sir,
Sorry,
Sir Vitaly.
sorry.
Hi, hello, sir. Sir, what can you personally say about the effects of this allegation to EJ and you? Do you have any message that you want Patafa to hear? What do you want to say to
Questo
Patafa?
problema come affetta la mia preparazione, una gente mia e tu, le relazioni. See, what is this thing affect me? How it affects me? Come mio allenamento, come disturbare, come
For,
non
for
so.
this period?
Sì, questo periodo.
I mean, listen, in this period, not only he distracted the boy, also I received it tonight this telephone. Each time arrived EJ dead for training. I do know my job with him now. All this will necessarily stop in this situation. I have only two years half of preparation for Olympic Games. He ready. We 7 years working for this development, these athletes. I understand money, I understand all, but now broke. What do job, federation, Olympic Committee, this Philippine Sport Commission, all country helping him, media helping him go forward. And now we must broke, no resolve problem or looking what is better go from here. But we must broke, no understand sure what is happened. I don't have even time agreement with federation. I don't know pay me, no pay me. No ask me, Vitaly, what do you want? Nothing. Only hello, hello. What I must now think exactly what is problem, but this disturb a lot of my coaching with another artist because EJ working is another athletes in China, in Brazil, in other Italian, we together, but I saw he dead. I don't know why we must kill boy, don't know precise before. 2 months, half, I'm sick. It's not possible sleeping. It's not possible normal life. I don't know what want Patafa for this situation. People for it's possible pay me, but I am never ask give me money. I only ask it's possible or it's not possible. I know by country very poor. What is difficult for him organization training with my group also difficult because I must order this hotel. I must order trip. I must competition order. There's no easy driver with EJ 1,000 kilometers from him country. He stay here, apartment, we change, this is not good, we eating, where better eating, where less expensive eating, where expensive trip. We always found this. And now we speaking about my money. I don't want to help this money. It's possible working without payment, but I would like also my job. My job 7 years. I put all for him for go forward, for development athletes for Philippines. But now I don't know what to do. We also this situation broke my job 7 years. Not only money for me necessary. I put a lot for development this boy. From 90 still 590 this incredible increase results. But because he attention, because I attention, because Philippine attention, but in our we broke. No, this is not right. Sorry, Rosa.
All right. This is from Bong of Malaya. How many times has Coach Vitaly talked directly to Patafa, President Juico?
Quante volte to
See, I only one times in Doha Championship, Asian Championship. We only hello, finish.
Okay. This is from Cristel Satumbaga. Has there any private sponsors who have reached out to you now that your funding has been cut?
As the article was released, that's the first time it was released to the public. The moment I received the letter, I did not speak or did not show it to anyone. This is a private matter, which I believe should be done behind whoever is involved. So I didn't show it, didn't tell to any of my sponsors about it.
Okay. This is from Luisa Morales. Just to check in how you feel right now, EJ, would you say that the situation seemed like a betrayal, especially since since you've sacrificed so much to represent the Philippines?
I don't take this as a betrayal from my country. I don't see it as a betrayal of the entire sporting governing body. I just feel that this is a bit confusing and very counterproductive, as my coach said, because they are the one who sent me here. They are the one who, on their behalf, I'm competing for, and they're the one who's I represent. I don't understand what resolve is going to be accomplished for this. You know, that's my biggest issue. I don't feel betrayed, maybe a little bit by certain people, but it's not it's not as a whole nation. I love my country, and I don't think this is a betrayal of my country. This is a betrayal of a couple of, I believe, sports official, or I have no idea. I can't quote on this. I don't really fully understand the situation from their side of things.
Okay, this is from Miss Camille Naredo. EJ, have you been contacted by the POC regarding this issue?
I contacted the POC regarding another different issue that I had, which dates back way back than this, and you know, that was the complaint, and yeah.
All right. This is from Pauline Versosa. For EJ, would you know if other national athletes in Patafa have encountered the same problem with the federation?
I can't quote on that. I don't really know exactly what's happened. I just know that I think this is not the first instance that there was an issue between an athlete and my federation, and you know, this is not the first time that this ever developed out of the blue, and suddenly, you know, chaos is released. So I'm not entirely sure. I just can attest to my situation that I really, just a few days ago, did I know this situation is happening.
All right. I think there are no more questions here. Okay, there's just one more. From Joey Villar. Can your relationship be repaired with the Patafa, or is it irreparable?
That's on them. You know, I think it's unfair, unjust what is happening, and there was no due process. There's no benefit of the doubt given to me. I think they have slandered my name. In if you Google that, you Google it, you'll see it. You'll see it there. I'm not closing any doors. And, you know, I represent the federation first of all before anything else. I believe I deserve an apology, and I think a retraction of that and public apology for whatever is happening.
All right. There are no more questions. So, maraming
And I
salamat po sa pag-attend sa press ko ni EJ. Um, kung gusto niyo po ng recording, sinend ko po dito yung aking email address. And yun po. Thank you, EJ, for your time. Thank you, Coach Vitaly, for your time. Thank you, Philippine Press, for your time to hear EJ's side. And yun po.
just to end the
Yes,
call, I
EJ.
think first of all, I didn't want it to be outside in the press and the media. This is not something that I chose. I was forced to defend my reputation. This is the only thing I have as an athlete, as a person. And I've always believed this is the most important thing in life. This is the only reason why I'm talking to you right now, and this is the only reason I'm clarifying myself. Nothing more, nothing extra, just to clear my name under all these allegations. And yeah, just this.
Okay, EJ, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you po. Thank you so much. Thank
We're
you
ending.
everyone
Thank you.
for
Thank
this.
you, everyone.
Thank you. We're ending the call.
God bless EJ.